Okay, let's try again. Technical problem there, the Wi-Fi went out. Digital for you. Analog, you don't get that. So the first box I've got here is a tiny little box full of some lovely little things. I won't tell you how many, but we've got quite a few. It's the Taylor Swift single for Record Store Day. The Lakes, the album version and the original version. And Taylor Swift, as you may know, this year is a Record Store Day ambassador, and she's put out this little 7-inch, which I'm sure will be gone very quickly. A lot of people want it. We've probably got nowhere near enough, but we've got quite a few. So there we go, Taylor Swift, The Lakes, the first of many titles. Now let's see what we have in our next box. There's another box full of records here. I don't know who these are from, they're all mixed up. The big thing of this year is 5 suppliers are all using the same warehousing facility, and so the boxes arrive and they all look identical this year, so not quite sure what's what until we open them. Oh yes, an Acoustic, Skunk and Nancy live in London. This promises to be quite good. It's a double album, put out for Record Store Day. I believe it's on coloured vinyl. Almost everything is. Skunk and Nancy, live in London, Acoustic. So if you want one of those, you know where to come. Oh, Graham Parker, of Graham Parker and the Rumours, puts out an album. Graham Parker and the Gold Tops, 5 Old Souls. So he keeps on going. Oh, Graham, live in Southampton with the Rumour Brass. Just got the one copy of that, thought somebody might be tempted. Oh, this is a nice one. This is a Corinne Bailey Rae. This is her album The Sea, Mercury nominated. Limited edition on blue vinyl. It's got a lovely voice, as Corinne Bailey Rae. Great songwriter, great singer. Nice to see that for Record Store Day. The old mod himself, Mr. Who, Pete Townsend. This is Pete Townsend's Deep End. So not only have the Who got an album out for the second part of Record Store Day in June, but Pete's got one out, double album, on yellow vinyl, I believe. Possibly so limited press on yellow vinyl, featuring David Gilmour on lead guitar. Yeah, so if you're a Who fan or a Pete Townsend fan, that could be quite a nice thing to have. Got a few of those. And then, oh, another one of these, Acoustic, Skunk and Nancy. So we've got in total this year, I think I've ordered 270 different titles, of which about 225 will be available next weekend on the 23rd, because as many people would be aware, because of inevitable problems with pressing plants this year, they've delayed some of the titles until the 18th of June. But there's a very great selection going to be available in the shop on the 23rd. But I would ask you look online on the website, you'll see all the titles that we've ordered there. If you go to the right hand side of the page at the top of the list of the titles, you can filter. If you want to see what's not going to be around till June, pick RSD 22 June, and that will pull out so you can see all the ones that are going to be delayed till June. By default, if it's not on the list for June, it's going to be in for April. There's also on the site, there's a page for Record Store Day which you can access from the home page, partway down the home page, which lists the full list that we've got and marks off again those that are only coming in June. So hopefully people won't turn up on the day, stand in a queue for a couple of hours or more, and then find out the records that they want aren't in the shop. That would be dreadful. Although you're welcome to come, regardless, but trying to help you. Oh, the Cranberries, one of my favourites. This is called Remembering Dolores. Of course, Dolores O'Riordan, the Cranberries singer, no longer with us, and this is Remembering Her. Collection of songs chosen by the band members, family and other collaborators for the memories they evoke of Dolores. That's a nice thing for Record Store Day. I mean, Cranberries are a great band anyway, but that's a nice thing to, because she was a great artist, Dolores O'Riordan. And another one we have here, Dana Gillespie, Foolish Seasons. It's the first vinyl release of one of the lost albums of 60s pop. So that's been around or not, an awful long time. Remastered from original tapes, 2 unreleased songs, sleeve notes by Dana herself. What happened to it in the 60s? I don't know. 2 of the tracks never been released before. There we go. A few of those. Always welcome on Record Store Day, always puts in an appearance because he's got so much back catalogue stuff. Rory Gallagher, they keep on finding stuff. This is yet another previously unreleased live recording, double album. Rory Gallagher, live in San Diego, 1974. If you're into Rory, if you're into blues, electric blues, there's your man. Mastered at Abbey Road. And Rolling Stones, More Hot Rocks. Now, this is, unlike the previous, last year's release, which was Hot Rocks, and was basically a reissue of an album that had been out before, like a greatest hits album, really. This is a whole load of rarer tracks that never been put together on an album before. So this is much more in the spirit of Record Store Day. It's something that it's not a reissue, it's not a regurgitation, it's a compilation album that's been put together from tracks, many of which will be long forgotten. There's some favourites on there, but there's also some that you may well have forgotten over the years. That's the Rolling Stones. That's on Glow in the Dark vinyl. Wow. And the ghosts on the front. And they really are ghosts now, because on the front of this album we've got Charlie and Brian, no longer with us. The original Stones line up there. More Stones, more Cranberries, lots more Cranberries. Maybe it's one of those I might get to get a copy myself if I'm lucky. Oh, crazy big boxes they send. Look at the size of that. Huge. Poor bloke from Parcel Force struggling in under those. I really felt quite sorry for him. I don't know what's happening here. This is a strange box. It's falling to pieces. Right, here we go. On the top we have Jessie Ware, Devotion, and this is a 10th anniversary deluxe edition, limited edition 2 LP set with bonus tracks that were previously unavailable on vinyl. So that's quite a nice nice collection there. Double album, lots of double albums this year. They're the other thing. They're always good. They're better value, I think, than single albums sometimes. Another double album here, Melanie C. Remember Mel C? Remember Spice Girls? Pressed on vinyl for the first time. This is a double album, but it's only on 3 sides because the 4th side is etched. Fair enough, it's different. And that's got 3 bonus tracks on from the original album. And first time this had been on vinyl, Melanie C. Scott Walker. Sound shades back to the 60s. Some great, oh yeah, everything on here is from the 60s and 70s. Boy Child, a complete 1990 collection on vinyl for the first time. 4 expanded tracks. Expanded with 4 bonus tracks. Liner notes by Jarvis Cocker, who's a great Scott Walker fan, and white vinyl 2 LP, Scott Walker. More Jessie Ware, more Melanie C. So that concludes that box there, and I've got to just make room. The problem with this shop is it's very small, as most of you will know by now, and it seems to get smaller all the time because they just seem to cram in more and more stock, and when these boxes arrive I can barely move. But there we go, doing this for you. I hope you enjoy the fruits of my labours in 10 days time, when we see you for Record Store Day. As always, well, not as always, we hope that this year we can be back to pretty much more the way we were in the past. So there will be a big queue. Please be a big queue, like loads of people queuing when I open up. Otherwise I'm going to look a right fool with all this stock and nobody to buy it. We'll have the gazebos outside, the Record Store Day stuff under the one. We'll have bargains out. Sometime during the middle of the morning, when it quietens a bit, we'll drag out the dance set and spin 45s for the rest of the morning. And in the afternoon, we have some live music planned. More about that in an email in due course, but it'll be a real treat. And we will hope, even if you've come early, maybe come back again later, and it's quiet in the afternoon. Enjoy the music in the garden. We're inviting people into the garden. There'll be some live music playing in the afternoon. Maybe chill out if it's nice. We hope it's going to be really nice. Chill out with a glass of wine or a beer or a cup of tea or whatever, and listen to some really great music from a couple of really talented acts. More about that in email at the weekend or next week. Meanwhile, back to the job in hand, doing the records. And we've got here Sandy Denny. Oh, who doesn't love Sandy Denny? This is Sandy Denny live at the Royalty, Gold Dust live at the Royalty. What would have been her 75th birthday of Sandy's lost album, which is her final concert that she did before she tragically passed away at a very, very young age. And it's got, of course, great tracks on it. North Star Grassman and the Ravens, The Lady, Tomorrow's a Long Time, Who Knows Where the Time Goes, and many more. And that's going to be a nice thing to have in your collection. One stream to the other. Def Leppard, the boys from Sheffield, High and Dry. This is a picture disc. I'm not a big fan of picture discs myself, but I know a lot of people like them, and the hole in that is not quite as bad as unfortunate as the David Bowie Man Who Sold the World picture disc that came out last year, but it's getting a bit close for comfort on that guy. Drill a hole through his stomach. Yep, lovely. Oh, a great favourite of mine here. Another guy, no longer with us, been lost for too long. Phil Lynott, the Philip Lynott album. This is a 40th anniversary. This was his first solo album, and this is reissued 40 years on white vinyl. Great Phil Lynott. Large boxes are very hard to extract the smaller boxes from. But there we go, we've done this one, and we shall see what we have in here. Ultravox, there you are, the Ultravox fans waiting for this. Ultravox, Live at the Rainbow, 1977. My God. Don't they look young? Look at that. 45th anniversary edition, first time on vinyl. Wow. That's a live album, Live at the Rainbow, 77. Several years before Vienna, obviously. Fragma, Toka. And this is another double album. This time it's a 20th anniversary edition, but again it's the first time on vinyl, so you know, a lot of catching up to do us vinyl people have got for all the stuff we missed in the 80s and the 90s and the 2000s because it wasn't come out on vinyl. We were deluded and sidetracked into buying CDs. Limited edition, clear blue double, Fragma Toka. Very nice. Oh, Colin, you just joined us. Hi. Give us a wave. Seen anything you like yet, anybody? As always, we have a 12-inch from U2. This is Celebration, or A Celebration, 40th anniversary. I just feel so old when I see things like this. 40th anniversary of U2. I remember when they were a new band. You know, they were just a bunch of young boys. Anyway, this is A Celebration on one side, couple of club versions of that, and Trash Trampoline and the Party Girl on the other side. Two previously unreleased tracks on their different versions. So we have U2. Quite a few. Always a favourite on Record Store Day, always goes down well, and no reason why this shouldn't. It's The Cure. It's another picture disc from The Cure to add to your collection. This one, it's pornography. First time on picture disc, another 40th anniversary. There we go. Yeah, and that's the amazing Cure. And everybody likes The Cure, everybody always wants those. I just hope I've got enough. one of my all-time favourites here. Dusty Springfield, See All Her Faces. And this is a 50th anniversary 2 LP set. It's got the original album from 1972, remastered Abbey Road. It's got the original album, and then it's got a album of bonus tracks to complete the package. Dusty. Enjoy it. And we have that one. I'm not sure which anniversary this is. This is the Record Store Day limited edition. Dire Straits, Love Over Gold, with that. Some amazing tracks. And some people say that technically, musically, this was Dire Straits' best album. It takes a bit of getting into. Took me some getting into back in the day, but yes, it is a good album, and well deserving of a limited edition. Half speed mastered, Abbey Road. Some of the proceeds from this go to the War Child charity, and got some brand new liner notes, and includes a 12 by 12 lithograph you can put up on the wall. And then this one here, Naked, May Muller and Polo G. I absolutely know nothing whatsoever about this. I suppose I could look it up in my little book here, which they sent us. Universal sent us this lovely little book of all their releases in it. So it's just a pity they didn't send it a few weeks earlier, because you all know what you want. You've ordered stuff, and it's here in the shop. Should anybody want to pick a copy up on the day, or tomorrow, or Saturday, have a souvenir of Record Store Day? What we were looking up was Naked, Me Muller and Polo. It should be in this box. Dusty, Rolling Stone. Oh, there we go. Hailed as one of the best songs of 2021, Better Days is the brainchild of artist duo Naked, and centres on intoxicating vocal performance from May Muller, an addictive verse from Chicago-born chart copper Polo G. Went viral on TikTok, number 23 in the Billboard Hot 100, got 400 million streams worldwide, wow. And now it's out on vinyl, on orange vinyl no less, with an acoustic version and a remix version. So that should sound well if 400 million people streamed it. You know, you doesn't need many to make it a success for Record Day. Another Ultra box. Right. I'm going to do one more box because I really don't have room to move anymore. One more box, and then we'll call that a day. We'll do this box because I know this has got some interesting things in. There's more I'm talking, just to go back and reiterate about next Saturday. There will be, I will tell you again, no doubt, later in the week, but there will be a queue. Plan is to go back to the format we did before the pandemic. So 7:30ish in the morning, I will come out to the queue with my trusty little assistants, my granddaughters, and give you numbered tickets, which means you can go away, you can wander around, stretch your legs, sit in your car, come as long as you're back to the gate when they open at 8:30. Your place in the queue is secure. Arranged with the local pub, the Vine, our friends at the Vine, who will be putting on tea and coffee from 7:30, and you will be able to purchase a bacon roll or a sausage bap or something for breakfast. They will then be open for breakfast through the morning, so if you want to come here first, buy your records, then go for breakfast, you can. Make a day of it, have lunch there as well, and come and listen to the live music in the garden in the afternoon. We hope people do make a bit of a day of it. Not a record store day, but it's just came in the same box. This is for, if Christopher Taylor is watching, this is yours, mate, that you ordered. I'll put it up there. Just a little thing for record store day. One of the quirkier things. This is the music of Ronald Binge, and it's Sailing By, which is the theme music to the BBC Radio 4 nighttime shipping forecast. It's a little numbered limited edition on coloured vinyl. Includes a special insert and a shipping forecast map. Quote, when you listen to Sailing By, it really feels like life is drifting past you in an extremely pleasant way. That's from the one Jarvis Cocker, no less. So, I've only got one of those because I don't know how many people would want one, but you can fight over it. John Carpenter's Escape from New York. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. Red pattern vinyl. And this is from the motion picture, from the original soundtrack. So you can have that. And if you enjoy that, you can probably find a copy of the whole soundtrack to buy in the shop somewhere. No, those are more of mine. Another John Carpenter. Here's another soundtrack. It's always good to have a few soundtracks, I think, on Record Store Day, and this is a particularly good one. This is from the great talent of John Barry. You know, I know people who collect John Barry. They don't collect any other records. They just collect John Barry's soundtracks or John Barry singles, and a lot of them. But this is from the Tamarind Seed, which was a movie featuring Omar Sharif and Julie Andrews. And this is a double album on blue vinyl and red vinyl in an environmentally friendly, no plastic wrapper packaging with just a little rice paper obi strip on it to keep it in place. So we have that. Then we have, they usually put one of these out. This is Mikey Dread, a Mikey Dread production, and it's The Gun and Yaya style. A bit of reggae there, bit of dub reggae, limited edition, colour vinyl, and it's either red, green or gold. And I can tell you now, these two are green. Just see a slither of green there. So don't ask me for a red one or a gold one because I've only got green. Any colour you like, as long as it's green. And we have another soundtrack here, slightly more black film than the Tamarind Seed, very black film, the Hitcher. Bit of a cult movie this with Oklahoma. And this is the soundtrack by Mark Isham of the Hitcher. So again, if you're into soundtracks, another good one for you. This company, Little Amberfish, they put out brilliant stuff. They're the distributors for a label for music on vinyl, which is some of the best quality pressings you can get. And they also do loads and loads of soundtracks on the music on vinyl and on silver screen. They're a great little company. I just wish they had more on offer for Record Store Day, because I would have bought more, but I bought most of what they got. Shocking Blue. This is the Dutch band, Shocking Blue. At Home, the singles, the original 1969 mixes, including of course their classic single Venus, and that is on pink coloured vinyl, and that's in music on vinyl pressing, so we know it will be good. It sounds great. Right, now what we've got here, because I like jazz, quite a few people buy jazz, so I see something a bit unusual. The price is right, we order it in. And this is music from The Connection, composed by Freddie Red, and it's the Howard McGee Quintet. So it's a sort of soundtrack, I think, or play with incidental music, The Connection. But it's a nice little period jazz thing from the 60s, when a lot of the great jazz was made, late 50s, early 60s. That should be a good one. Just had to get this, because if nobody buys it, I would love to have it. It's Wild Willie Barrett, erstwhile sparring partner of John Otway, still is. Supported John at his 5,000th gig last week. But this is Wild Willie Barrett playing some rather strange instruments. So for example, on one of them he plays an acoustic guitar with an old boot screwed on a tambourine. Another one he plays an acoustic guitar, Yamaha DD65 pads with a kitchen knife. So basically it pushes the bounds of what's possible to create music on to yet more extremes. Wild Willie Barrett, pretty good. Why is a genius? Bit of 60s kitsch here. This is K-Mango, arranged and conducted by Les Baxter. First ever vinyl reissue of Les Baxter's 1970 Space Age Exotica classic, pressed on transparent green vinyl. And this is, I don't know, I've not really listened to it. You can catch a bit of it on YouTube somewhere, find it, or stream it from somewhere. K-Mango, Les Baxter. It's a genre called exotica music, which I think Les Baxter probably invented. A couple of those, something different, something unusual for Record Store Day. Another one of those. Right, that's all I'm going to do tonight, because I've got nowhere else to go. What I will do though is open this box down here, which is not records. it contains a few things that well, two lucky people. Right, first of all, now this we definitely can't sell on Record Store Day because it's beer, it's alcohol, and we don't have a beer license. It's the Meantime Record Store Day brew called B-Side, and it's an IPA to celebrate 15 years of Record Store Day. And although we can't sell it, nor can we give it away as a promotion with anything you might buy, because again that counts as selling and we're not allowed to. But if you accept my invitation to come into our private garden to listen to some live music, then you will be at a private party in my garden as my guest, and you may partake in one of those should you wish, or a glass of wine, or something else. So, but the nice people at Meantime also sent me, I didn't know about this one, some t-shirts. We have Record Store Day t-shirts. Not many, and these are not for sale, but they will be given to a few lucky people who at the front of the queue. Not all, because I will probably wear one. There aren't many, but any that we don't wear ourselves will be freebies, maybe for the first couple of people in the queue. That's it, but they're nice to have. And you can wear one of those when you come into the garden to listen to some music in the afternoon. So you can, 7:30 in the morning, you get here and in the queue, you get a free t-shirt, but you've got to come back for it in the afternoon. That's the deal, to listen to the music, because you've really got to hear these guys' Lost Chimes, Nicky and Gemma Kirk. They are amazing, they are brilliant, and when I send out more information, I will put a link to their YouTube channel so you get a flavour of what they're like. Don't take it from me, they're really talented. And the other guys who are coming to do the live as well are equally talented, but very different, quite quirky, quite unusual sort of music they play. But again, to chill out to on a nice afternoon, because the weather's going to be fantastic. Take my word for it. It's going to be warm, it's going to be sunny, it's going to be great. We'll have no rain, no wind, no clouds. It will be beautiful. And if it's not, it's Record Store Day. Anyway, that'll do for this evening. I'll see you again, probably this time tomorrow, to do a few more boxes. Good night.